Are you gonna get up or are you just gonna sit there?
I'm gonna sit here.
Okay. Mimosa's in the house. Put a drink in my mouth. Today, I have in my household Chanelle Dior.
Household. Household name?
No, like, you're in my house. And I'm the holder.
She's holding me here, y'all. Yeah.
I'm
Did
holding
she-
her in contempt of court.
Okay. What did I do, Slay? Did I slay, Your Honor?
Well, something died that day.
You said something did die. Something, in fact, died.
Oh.
We can confirm that much.
Let me just get all this hair on this one side.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to be here, Miss Mimosa. How are you?
It's been a day.
Okay. Yes, it has been.
But my makeup, on point. I look really good. And I'm really happy with this. But I do want to also say, I made both of these outfits.
It's true. It's true.
This one's called June Rivers in January. And this one's called Just Red. And basically, every week I'll be making a new outfit for Rising Star. Unless there's a pageant that day or, you know. If it's a pageant that day, I'll still make a dress, but I'll just say it's for like the next week.
Amen. Stay tuned to see what she creates next.
Probably just more dresses. Because that's my forte. I need to do one dress with a sleeve. Or not a sleeve, but like a, whatever this is called, a strap that goes all the way back. Like a one strap dress.
I think that's what they're called.
And then I also need to make one with just maybe some sleeves. You know what? Some poofy sleeves.
Her. Cute.
Poofy sleeve, poofy dress.
Cute. Let's see.
But I want those poofs to be like big. You know, like, and not just airy. I want them to be pillowy.
I'm excited for the day you're like, hey, y'all remember that poofy dress I was talking about? This is it. And you get to show them. It'll be so cute.
Because it's going to happen. Because remember that drawing that I made of that?
Just the other day. You were like, yeah, and here it is. Huh.
I honestly knocked this out, the dress itself, in one day. But it was working all day. I got the cutouts though. I did do all the cutting and like the pattern making. That was in like 30 minutes. I got the pattern up and ready. But then I because I got so far in the dress, I made the bodice and then I made the skirt, but I didn't attach it for 4 days until Thursday. Because I was like, because I made such an advancement that I was like, oh, I can take a break. But don't do that.
Procrastinator jumped in.
Don't do that. When you're high on the wave, keep going.
I'm gonna have to agree. Do things ahead. Drag tip. Plan ahead. Like, add some like spikes, like crystals. Like I'm frozen. I was flowing, but now my rivers have stopped cold.
Or like,
you know all those speeches they always
iridescent.
give when they're like, tonight I am serving you winter runway. I am a river that was flowing, but now I'm frozen. It's cold in here. RuPaul, crown me.
Ew.
That is all.
So what I'm going to do is be like this piece right here. My inspiration came from water, the Bahamas, and spring.
Come
I
on,
wanted
calm
to
poet.
make a calming river, tranquil, zen, nirvana. The piece is called June Rivers in Januaries. I present to you a lovely springtime fun time dress, giving you a classic 50s silhouette, showing my nice shoulders and long, beautiful legs. Of course, with the right pair of shoes.
Get the shoes, baby. Get the shoes.
RuPaul, crown me now.
Girl, you took too long. You have all of 30 seconds.
Oh.
Especially with the hour that Drag Race is now. You better be.
Oh, girl, I'll be like, oh, I did that. All by myself. Me, myself, and I. 100% me. It looks good.
June
I
Rivers
look good.
Work.
June Rivers in January work. We'll come back to that. Anyway. So how you feel? How you doing?
Today I feel alive. I'm feeling good about today. I woke up feeling good. How about you?
Oh, I've been awake since yesterday.
But how do you feel?
Neutral.
You said neither here nor there.
This and that. Which, for me, is tranquil. Feeling neutral for me, it's a good day. It's an okay day. And I'm content with that.
Not every day's gonna be a good day.
It's not even that.
But that's why I love tomorrows.
Yeah, exactly. What do something today that you can wait for tomorrow?
But why not do it today? What better day than today?
I mean, you're right. Because, like, also, like, you can lose inspiration.
Yes, you can. And one thing I have noticed, another drag tip, act now. Don't wait on your ideas. You know how many times I've had an idea and, like, I'll see a bitch, I'm like, I thought of that, but I didn't act.
Oh,
So,
yes, 100. Okay, so
it's awful. I hate that.
I hate it because the Megan movie came out recently, right? During the trailer portion of Megan, nobody was talking about it. Nobody was performing the Megan dance from, like, you know, when she's doing that thing right before she's gonna, like, slay that other guy, right? Nobody was doing those dances, and I told myself I should get on this while it's in trailer because no one is going to be doing because no one's going to be doing the dance now. But I should be the first one to go to. Maybe people are just waiting for the movie to actually come out so that more people understand the reference. I did not think of that people were going to do it immediately after the movie drops. And today I saw a video of a girl doing the Megan dance, a drag queen doing a Megan dance. And I was like, that could have been me last Thursday, but I decided to be sick. So yes, when you're because now you know what that means, right? I'm going to have to wait until 6 months so it can be a reference and no longer like current pop culture.
I mean, I guess.
People are going to be like, oh, remember that movie? Gag. Not, oh, wow, another one doing the dance, you know?
I mean, I suppose.
Well, that's my theory. I'm usually correct, so we'll see how that goes.
All right. Mimosa's theory.
So.
Okay, bitch, they better write about that in the science book. Newton's theory, Mimosa's theory, and your theory. What's on your mind today, listener?
Comment below.
Mm-hmm.
At me on Twitter, at Mimosa Was Taken.
By surprise.
By surprise.
A big, big surprise.
I was lifted out of my feet. Lost a shoe. I got carried away.
Cinderella. You were actually Cinderella, weren't you?
Bibbidi bobbidi boop.
Conspiracy theory. Mimosa is actually Cinderella.
No, I'm one of the evil sisters.
Okay. He said I can go ahead and tell you that's not true.
I'm the sister that fell in love with the baker in the movie 2 and 3.
I don't know which one you're referencing.
I think her name is Priscilla.
What movie?
The Cinderella movie. Cinderella movie 2 and Cinderella movie 3. One of her stepsisters, the one with ginger hair, falls in love with the baker.
There's a second Cinderella.
And a third. The second Cinderella...
Well, I think there's a lot of Cinderellas. Let's go ahead and be
We're talking about Disney.
There's a couple.
So there's a Cinderella
animated
movie. We're just talking about Disney. The Disney animated film Cinderella.
There's a Cinderella 2.
There's a Cinderella 2, and the biopsis of Cinderella 2 is that her stepsister, the one with orange hair, is turning a new leaf and fell in love with the baker boy. And Cinderella is making amends with her, right? So it's just the salty stepmother and the uglier stepsister, right? My sister, because I'm the slightly prettier ugly sister. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure her name is Priscilla. I might be wrong on that. But the point is, she pretty much helps her fall in love and come to terms with being with just with a baker man, because you know the mother trained her to or educated her to go for wealth.
The mother was stacking dough.
Yeah,
she was looking for coins, baby.
I mean, who else took over all of Cinderella inheritance? You know, there's a reason. Well, anyway, with that being said, Cinderella 3 is what would happen if the stepmother stopped the fairy godmother from ever helping Cinderella. And the movie's about Cinderella overcoming that, right? And then also that stepsister that make amends with Cinderella in movie 2, she ends up making amends with Cinderella again in the third movie because she's still better than the rest of them and falls in love with a bigger man again. So it was destiny. It was meant to be. She chose to be with a bigger man over being with Prince Charming because love,
Go off, Cinderella.
The answer is always love. Are you surprised that I know this?
I mean, no. I feel like there's a lot of Disney fans.
I always say this. I'm not a Disney fan. Don't do that. I always say this. I should change my drag name to Index because I remember everything. I'm like a walking index, a walking encyclopedia. But encyclopedia is a mouthful. I feel like Index is like, short and simple because I don't remember all.
You could be Indexia.
Okay, my first name is Index. My last name is Ia.
Ooh, awful.
Indexia.
That reminds me of something my other drag friend, their little brother said that the other day. My first name is Flop and my last name is Ia. Flopia. Here's what you're giving me. Because, to be...
What about Indexu?
Falapia. We asked the little brother to name any fish. Just one fish. He says, Falapia.
So, tilapia.
Falapia.
Love that.
So yeah, Falapia.
What was the other one that you really liked, though? Oh, Just Something.
No, it wasn't that.
It was Justine something.
Justine Coco.
Justine
That sounds very
Coco.
Regina George. Girl, that's Justine Coco.
And if I find like a really nice last name, it turns from like that to pageant. Like Justine Coco Davenport, Justine Coco Andrews.
I think anyone's name, when you just start throwing those drag names on there.
Justine Coco Richards.
Who?
That would be. I would then have to open the house of Richards if I ever adopted.
Richards.
Yeah.
I live. Go off, Richards.
Justine Coco Clark.
Okay. It just sounds like somebody. I don't know. I think it's the Een. The Justine just sounds so pristine. So I'm like, who is that?
And then of course people would be like Justinta.
Justinta.
Because they always have the Tinta Burnter.
Tinta Turtert. Burnt. Nerd.
Gag.
Hag.
Fag.
Oh, I mean queen.
Purr, pussy, purr, slay. How
Okay.
spoots that. It's okay. I have gay friends.
It's really okay. Say it today.
Well, I really would like to smoke a fag. That's how they say cigarette in British.
I'm... Okie dokie. I'm from Britain, so...
Oh, fun fact. Do you want to hear a fun fact?
You know someone who's not from Britain?
Oh!
But yes, I'd love to hear a fun fact. I'd love to hear a fun fact.
Let me catch my breath real quick.
Let me catch mine.
I need to take a swig after that.
After what? Nothing's going on.
It's okay.
It's just another day.
What? Bitch.
Okay. Amen.
Hell yes.
You make me put
Lady.
mine back on.
Oh my god. Lady Gaga and Mariah Carey.
That's what we were giving. Okay, that's what we're giving. I think actually we're both giving Gaga though.
Honestly, yeah.
Definitely both giving Gaga.
I'm giving like Gaga maybe like during Bad Romance.
Okay.
And you're getting Gaga pop art.
Art pop?
Art pop.
So
Yeah.
you're not a Gaga fan. Let's talk about that. I bet your listeners would really want to hear about that. So when did your dislike for Gaga start?
Honestly,
I'm not about to do this with you. Girl, bye.
woo, woo, woo.
Don't pass that bad juju on me. I'm not about to go back and forth with you about this icon Lady Gaga superstar.
You know what? This gives me a reason to hashtag Lady Gaga on the video. It took me a second to get into the Lady Gaga train when Poker Face came out. I didn't quite like it, and
Just Dance was not my tea.
Yeah, neither did not like that. I was not sure what it was. It just wasn't for me, right? It wasn't that it wasn't for me. It was that like, girl, my lashes are hitting these glasses right, and I'm like, oh, I should just take my lashes off. I'd be like, no, what if I change my mind later on and want to take these glasses off? But Just Dance and Poker Face didn't really do it for me. Now, of course,
okay, Poker Face did do it for me. Just Dance still to this day, it's just not my favorite. I think it's just. I would say it's her most just pop song. It's a pop song.
Very much. Also, I don't feel like that was Lady Gaga. I feel like that was like what the producers wanted. Lady Gaga. It was just Lady Gaga. But then when like Art Pop came out, that was Lady Gaga. Like that was camp. And that really was.
I think the Fame Monster is definitely Gaga.
I love Fame Monster because I feel like it's like what everybody wanted at that time. But I feel that she was.
Gaga.
I feel like she was holding back.
Boys.
Oh, I do
Telephone?
like, let's have some fun. This beat is sick. I want to take
Love
a ride
Game?
on your disco stick.
That bitch was putting out, she was working her ass off.
I did like Alejandro.
Oh, girl,
I felt.
She arrived way before Art Pop.
When she made Alejandro, I wanted my name.
Stephanie Germanotta arrived a long time
Oh,
ago.
definitely. But my mama was named the Alejandro instead of what she did name me, which I'm not going to say because it's my dead name. I am Mimosa and Mimosa only. Mimosa Zambrano, that is my name, fully name. Maybe I'll put Marie somewhere in there. Mimosa Maria. Ooh, Mimosa Maria Zambrano? Hola, ya llegué.
Okay.
So, when Alejandro came out, I was like, you should have named me Alejandro. And she said, I didn't want to give you a too Spanish, Mexican sounding name because if we ever moved to America, I wanted
really
it.
Is not.
It wasn't that hard, but like.
I don't want to come off, I don't know. I'm not trying to get canceled.
Because then I could have been
but
Ale.
That is not what I would consider. I could have
been
like
Alex.
Overly.
Or I could have been Ale, you know? Ale? Because it's Alejandro.
Not. I mean, Alejandro. I think it's a Mexican name, but it's not like.
It's easily to pronounce.
Yeah.
It's not like Javier, and everybody calls me Javier. I hate that. It's Javier.
You should have been named Juan Carlos.
Or Maria. Jose Maria.
And every time we say, we're like, Juan Carlos. Oh. Kind of like how, have you ever seen True Blood? Well, to my True Blood people.
Okay. I know what it is, and I know the characters, and I understand the concept, but I've never seen it in entirety.
Oh, well, every time, he would call Suki, he's like, Suki.
Oh! Yeah.
That's just the only way we're going to say her name. Juan Carlos.
You're so funny. You're like a child by nature.
Okay, aren't I?
Youth, beautiful, gorgeous.
I'm 14. I have school in the morning.
Girl. No, you don't. It's Saturday.
Oh, you're right. Amen.
What is your favorite dancing song to do? Do you dance? What kind of drag do you think you do? What are your words that you would use to describe your drag?
Words I would definitely say very whimsical, playful, over the top, dramatic, but I wouldn't necessarily categorize myself either. Did
you say whimsical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Playful.
Yeah.
A little funny. I like to be glampy, glamorous but campy at the same time. Not always so serious, but I always like to still look, cute.
I mean, yeah, because when you perform 3 times in a row, right? The first song is upbeat. The second song is usually comedic and fun. You're kind of feeling the crowd, and then the third song, or the second and third usually flip flop. I've noticed the third song is usually a slower song, maybe more mature kind of situation. Very 360.
Yeah, but that's kind of the standard drag practice. Give them what they want first. A lot of people say that if there is the third number, that third number is kind of for you. Do what you want to do.
I'm gonna do. Okay, maybe. I need to get this. I need to find. Possible. When I finish, how do you say script? If they ever ask me to do 2 songs, I'd be like, I can do a stand-up comedy on the second one.
That would be amazing.
And I would just feel it out.
That would be great. I think they would love that. As long as the comedy's good. Cause
oh, no, it's probably... I don't know.
There's nothing...
You know, I wanted
It's not worse. It's just always bad when comedy goes bad.
But it's okay. Because it's like a learning experience. I'm okay to flop.
Absolutely. I think you're never going to get
But if I find out that I'm just like really
flop.
bad at it, it's just not meant for me.
Then that's fine. Exactly. Just
and that's
never
fun.
do comedy again.
I have...
at least not stand up.
I want to do like kind of like storytelling, right? Like I'm telling you a story, right? So it's not going to be like, it's going to be like gag and then another gag and then like another gag. Like, oh my God, is this story real or is this just making this up kind of situation? Like it's more dramatic than comedic, right? Correct. But it's still, I want it to be like a funny learn kind of moment. One of the ones that I've been thinking of doing, I wouldn't say working on because it's just a theory. But when my one of my partners, when they came out to their parents, they came out during an argument. They're like, their mother asked, are you hiding anything else, right? And then he said, yeah, I am bisexual and I have a boyfriend, because I was like a boy at that time. He's dead. And not the partner, the old me.
Bitch. The story took a turn, okay?
Okay, if this voice, like microphone recording, is still like gaggy, like echoey, I don't care. I'm still putting this shit down because I'm like, your reaction was gold. I'm gonna do that thing when it zooms into your face, like.
I was gagged.
But anyway, his parents, right? He's like, what is the thing that your parents always say when you lie to them? It's gonna take time
for me to trust you again.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, I'd be like, so, gag, because there's a reason why we don't tell you these things, right? Like, you threatening us does not make it better. Because we told you because we didn't tell you because we didn't trust you, and now we definitely don't trust you. So it's more like you have to regain my trust, right? But parents don't say it that way until they're older and no longer coming over as much and stuff like that. Anyway, that's not the point of the story, though. The point of the story is this: they gave him a contract that he had to follow.
Was his sexuality in the contract?
Yes. And not only that, girl, they made me take a drug test and an HIV test. I only did the HIV test because I was not going to pass that drug test.
They made you take tests?
Right. And then they even put the reason why. Because when you have to justify your actions, you're already in the wrong. That's one of my philosophies. So they even justified it, right, by saying because of the documented cases of HIV is usually in the gay community. It's gay men, right? Which I'm like, gag, like outdated information. Straight people can get HIV as well. But yeah, they did that. And then one of the other rules, right, was that they are no longer able to sleep over anyone's house, female or male, right? And I want to say this one thing. They took their time to type this and print this and had him sign it, right? And then he sent me a picture of it, of course, gag. And then never followed up. He was still coming over. He was still sleeping over. His grades never like flopped. He was...
Oh, I think you were like, his grades never got better. He dropped out. He... is actually the weed man I go to.
He was actually valedictorian of his high school. He went to school. He is now my drag husband. Strong 7 years, I guess. Okay, 7 years. Because it's been a struggle, girl. That cultural barrier is no joke. No joke. He doesn't like certain aspects to Mexican food. I
don't either.
Okay, whatever.
But I think that's
You've never probably had real Mexican food.
I have, and I don't think I like it all that much.
Oh, what did you have?
I would say my favorite thing, like I've had mole before, it wasn't really my tea.
Okay, mole can change drastically on region as well as some people. There's some I've never had a rancid mole before. Like I was told oh, do you make a mole? I'm like, of course my mole comes out nice and creamy and sweet and a little spicy. Not a little spicy, but you can taste the paprika in the thing, right? Very mild kind of situation. But it's very creamy, right? Girl, I've always had very creamy mole my whole entire life. My grandparents make it the best. I did not like it as a child, but now that I'm older, I appreciate it, especially because it is an Aztec cuisine, not a Spanish cuisine.
You better educate the dogs.
With that being said, though, I did try mole at this restaurant, and when I told you, I was so sad. I even brought it home to try to fix it. No, I don't know what kind of chocolate they were using, but it was not it. So I understand that you probably just had bad mole, or you just don't like, because mole doesn't always. There's different types of mole. They're not all chocolate mole.
I don't think I had chocolate.
There's green ones and red ones, and they're a little different. Oh, and a fun fact about mole, there's a special type of funeral mole that only only one lady is known to still do it to this day. So she's like the last one. It's like a lost tradition, and it's by hand, like like situation for funerals. Somebody did a report on it, and I definitely want to try that. I wonder if she'll make it for me without someone being dead.
I doubt it.
Maybe I'll just tell her like the funeral happened like a year ago, and I didn't know because I was overseas, which is true. The funeral happened in Mexico, and I lived in America, so it wasn't like I could just drop everything to like fly to Mexico.
Wouldn't the mole go to their funeral?
Yeah, I would
Not
just
you for your personal.
No. You eat it to like mourn them. It's part of the mourning process.
Per.
Maybe ask questions before you just assume.
Knowing you, I doubt I assumed. I know your ass. I trust, baby. I wasn't assuming nothing.
How dare you call like you're accurate though? Accurate, Tita.
Bitch, I know you play your way into some mole if you had to, bitch. You say even if a bitch didn't die, oh, you'd be getting that mole. Trust, I know. You say I'm gonna find a way.
Oh yeah, I'll join a random funeral.
Okay, bitch, you will appear at a funeral to get the fucking mole.
Could you imagine?
Yep. And I could.
I'll be like, I was just
You're gonna show up in those glasses, change the hat out to black, wear a black dress.
Same dress, black one.
Same glasses, same hat, black.
Black stiletto, black pumps.
Okay.
Pointy
have a
pumps.
seat in the back.
Oh, and the iconic Lady Gaga black lipstick from
Poker Face?
No, was it Poker Face?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. That. Just sitting in the back. And then like a long Cruella de Vil cigarette holder, but it's...
And when you walk up to view the body, you're going to ash it out on him. And everyone's saying,
oh.
And then your music video is going to start and they're all going to be like hating you as you walk down the aisle. This funeral was awful.
Girl, why did they go home gagging? Like they were like, that was amazing. What if they loved it?
Sure.
Girl, don't worry. I know what I'm doing, and I'll probably have a
Poor abuela
ready.
is gonna have a fit.
Oh, so it's how many funerals am I going to? First is him, and now it's abuela.
Girl, the girls are gonna have a fit.
It's gonna be right next door, just collecting my mole plates.
Okay.
Hello. It's your homegirl Mimosa, just taking a small break to say hello to everyone watching or listening in on the podcast here on YouTube and Spotify. Friendly reminder to follow me on all platforms at Mimosa Was Taken. That's MIMOSA Was Taken. And follow my guest, Chanelle Dior, on Instagram at the Chanelle Dior. That's TheChanellediorr. I make content for queer viewers like you. Thank you.
It usually means death. What else could it mean?
Well, La Llorona, the story of La Llorona.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I don't know if that has anything to do with that song.
Oh, that was one of the worst movies of all time.
Oh, the story? I never saw it.
That was one of the worst movies.
That was
of all
part
time.
of the
Not worse than Hannah Grace. Possession of Hannah Grace.
Was that the one about the like?
I want to sue them. They just robbed me of my time and my coins.
You know what? You know what movie gagged me as a kid?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No, I didn't like that movie.
The Polar Express.
No, that was weird.
I
do like the meme of the Polar Express where the train jumps off the trail and it's like the music to Fast and Furious Tokyo.
I've never seen that.
Oh my god! So you know that when the train hits the lake and starts drifting, people have memed that with the Tokyo drift, like no, Tokyo.
That's very funny.
So, but no, I love and I have a list of things that I would, if I wish that I could forget to re-experience and rewatch, right? So one of those things is like the Death Note anime. as well as the Dancing in the Vampire Bund anime, right? Those are good animes that I really much enjoy, and I would appreciate, yeah, and I would appreciate the interview with a vampire butt.
Okay.
So I would like love to redo those. So this movie is on that list because it freaked me out so much as a kid, and to this day I still can't watch it because it's so realistic, right? To me, people are gonna gag. I'm hyping up this movie, and when I say what it is, people are gonna be like, "Really?" The Blair Witch Project.
I thought you were gonna say like an animated thing for sure.
No, it was the Blair Witch Project because we were talking about horror. Also Saw, like Saw.
I feel like as a kid I watched way too much of that.
Oh, same.
But it was just so intriguing.
I was always okay with anything to do with horror, but when there was a dead animal involved, I cut off. I would be like, can't do it. As a kid.
Now you love to see dead animals.
I wouldn't say that.
So when did your fascination for dead animals start?
Somewhere in between my first eyelash and the last lipstick that I bought.
Amen. Work. Work, work, work! You heard it here first.
At Brunching with Mimosa, because that is the name of the YouTube.
With no mimosas.
No mimosas.
This is an alcohol-free set, ladies and gentlemen, okay?
Keeping it professional. Herbal tea only. Wait, let me there you go. Did you see my eye blink? I don't know. I did it.
Eyes are blocked.
Well, I did this, so I hope that was enough. What are what is something that you would like to forget and rewatch? God, my segments are so long.
Desperate Housewives.
Oh my God, yes. When to
be honest,
when the handyman died.
Poor Eli Scruggs.
Eli Scruggs, the narrator.
I love an area.
Desperate Housewife ran so that Pretty Little Liars could be mediocre at best.
I'm gonna have to agree for sure.
But I'd be surprised if we never seen, and I can't remember her name though. It's from a Real Housewife reference. Christina Ricci again or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's not that. But what I was actually going to say, and not this joke that just randomly popped up to my head, was I forgot.
Rest in peace. But yeah, I know what you mean. PLL definitely, it was so good in the beginning.
Oh yeah, they dragged it out.
I was hooked. I was captured.
They should have just stayed with the books. The books were so well written. They had the great references. They didn't have to change the storyline. It's okay that we all know that Allison's already dead. We don't need to bring her back, and we don't need to make her the hero. It was. I liked it when she was the bad guy.
I watched that show religiously, even when it got bad. I stuck on because it was one of the first shows I ever
I stopped after season 2.
binge watched. I was like, okay, it didn't get bad then. I'm sorry, sister. You have a couple.
I just didn't understand the love story
between who and who.
The
child and the teacher.
No, that didn't bother me. Because I knew that was but no. It was the one between the smart lawyer girl.
Spencer,
yes.
Tony,
and Toby. I didn't understand their dynamic. They felt more like brother and sister to me, not very much a relationship, but Toby was cute. He didn't have the prettiest face, but that body.
I think they are brother and sister.
Maybe.
Knowing PLL and how they just did anything and everything, they just
also
might
was there a
blind
girl as well in it?
Bitch, yes, there was. Jenna Marshall.
Yes,
and
I love her.
Last episode,
when she took her glasses off in the bathroom.
No, well, yes, when she got caught not being blind. Then no, in the very last episode, there's this scene where it's like the new generation of the Pretty Little Liars and young girls. And this bitch waves her hand in Jenna's face because she's blind. And Jenna grabs that bitch's hand like it's nothing. Oh! And she's like, I
may not be able to see, but I can smell a bitch a mile away.
And I'm like, she's like, now get to class. Because she works there now. Everyone just started working there. Emily works there.
So sad.
She works there.
Tell me you're from the suburbs without telling me you're from the suburbs.
Who else worked there? The bad girl. What was her name? Abby? Ashley? The one we thought was dead?
Ashley.
No, what was her name? That's her... in the show.
Allison.
Yeah, Allison works there too. Allison, Emily, and Jenna all work at
I did think it was a gag when Allison would come incognito into the hospital and other things, and they kept on saying oh, I dreamt about Allison, but it was literally something that happened.
Or and Cece De Laurentiis and Cece actually being Charles and Charles being girl.
You know what it's giving me? Overly complicated Gossip Girl.
What it's giving me is underpaid writing staff. Or a writing staff that took
what
an
was
LSD
the
trip
Asian
before they
girl's name?
wrote. Who?
The one who was like buddy buddy with Allison 2.0.
Girl, I can't remember her name right now, but that bitch was crazy. Mona.
Oh my
Girl.
I almost.
Do you remember when they showed us
Wait.
Mona's complete dead ass body in the back of a trunk? Completely dead, literally cold as ice, comes back. Anyone will come back on Pretty Little Liars. Do
Honestly,
not count
gag.
them out.
Gag. It was witches.
They were like, Mona's dead.
Allison is a witch. Her evil sister's a witch.
And then Mona was actually
They're from Salem. They're from Massachusetts, Salem.
Looking back, I would say Pretty Little Liars is definitely nominated for top 10 worst shows of all time.
But that's why it was so good.
But that's why it was so good. I'm going to have to give it to him. It was a moment in time.
Even that, every single time I hear the tune, got a secret, can you keep it? I immediately just want to start painting my nails. I want to like get in drag, paint my nails, just da da da.
I love the trend of like people like putting on like pounds of makeup to that.
Oh, I know what you're
They're
talking about. I didn't know it was a trend though.
What can you keep it? It's what this one will
My drag
stay.
name was always gonna be Mona.
Lisa
No.
Dupree, Iman, Jackson Ross used to work at Popeyes till she got fired. Williams.
Is that you?
That is my full name, of course. But you can just call me Cece for short.
Or CD?
No. Nope.
Chanelle Dior, Chanelle, Shador, yeah, whatever. We'll put that to rest. I'm not coming up with anything. No, I don't think I had like a bomb ass last name. It was a very like like Stanford wife, like Pretty Little Liars kind of. No, like Desperate Housewives, kind of like
Marie, Susan, Gabby.
No, like Mona, maybe Mona Lee, and then
Mona Vandy.
what about Vandy Camp? Mm-hmm.
Mona Scalfo.
I don't like that. Or what about Mona?
What was Gabby's last name?
Oh, Rodriguez, I believe.
No.
Ortega.
Carlos, no, Carlos and Gabby. Solis.
Mona Lee
Solis
Solis.
sounds the best.
Mona Lee Solis.
Oh, that is actually really cute. And it would be so cute.
I was always thinking Mona Lee Solis. Or Mona
Lee Solis.
Or Mona Lee Saul. Mona Lee
Solis
Saul.
is so much fun to say.
Mona Lee Solis, yeah.
It's so fun.
My drag daughters are going to have the best fucking names.
You're going to name them?
I'm going to try. But, like, if their drag doesn't correspond with the names that I have, then I just won't pick them.
Queens be doing that. They be like, I'm going to pick your name. And some, like, I know Colexis picked Kennedy's name. Kennedy.
It's a strong name.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, we should. Actually, we should have took a break like 10 minutes ago, but we were having such a good conversation.
We were. This went very well.
So we are going to take a break, and we'll be back.
Won't we?
You know what? We'll be right back.
We're going to be right back.
Hello. It's your homegirl Mimosa, just taking a small break to say hello to everyone watching or listening in on the podcast here on YouTube and Spotify. Friendly reminder to follow me on all platforms at Mimosa Was Taken. That's MIMOSA Was Taken. And follow my guest, Chanelle Dior, on Instagram at the Chanelle Dior. That's TheChanellediorr. I make content for queer viewers like you. Thank you. And we're back. Well, let me put these back on. You know what? No, I want to.
We'll both take them off. We'll like, and we're back. Let me know you're ready.
Smooth transition. And we're back. So we were talking about names off cam, and I was saying like I would choose Ariel, but here's the thing about that. Why I wouldn't be Ariel? I would be Ariel. Two things I would do. I would always introduce myself as Ariel. And if people can't pronounce Ariel, I would be able to say Ariel, right? Like Uriel, one of the, guardian angels, whatever. And the second thing, I would
Gabriel.
spell it. Well, it's Uriel, Gabriel, right? So Uriel,
I
Gabriel,
wasn't there.
Ariel.
I don't know the folks. I'm not an angel.
There's documentation. What do you mean?
I'm a god.
There was a whole movie about them. But I would also spell it in a way that makes sense. So it wouldn't be spelled Ariel. It would be spelled something like Ariel. So it would be like Areel or something like that. Maybe like an apostrophe between the two E. So you'd be like Rel.
I think that would make it harder. But
I'll try my best. If people say they don't get it,
Ariel?
Ariel. Also, I feel like that's kind of like gender neutral. Ariel.
Not to me.
Spanish is fluid. I can't wait for this moment to happen because I know it's eventually going to happen. We're going to be sitting. It's going to be you and me for like a fraction of a, like for a little bit, right? And we're going to see something at the same time. Look. And then after we see it for 2 seconds, we're then going to look right back at each other.
I love those kind of moments.
And then we're both going to know like either it's a gag or it's a flop.
The telepathical moments between you and friends where you can both kind of just look at each other and be like...
And then one of us would eventually either break the silence by saying, like, work. Or, like, just go into a whole different segment.
I just love to look at something like my friend and just break out into laughter because we're both laughing at the same thing.
And if we're really bad, we'll then mimic what we saw.
We'll see.
And then name the move later on.
Come on, name the move. What's that move? Name that move.
Do you have any, like, drag names that you would want to, like, give to your adoptees?
I have some pretty names I like. Like Zaza. I think Zaza Diorr would sound really pretty. Because it's, a play.
Is it going to be spelled Szasca?
With Z's.
Oh, Zaza?
ZHA. Maybe Jaja.
Oh, I love the name Cha-Cha.
Not Cha-Cha, but Jaja.
Cha-Cha Diorr. I would definitely change my name to Cha-Cha. Or Mona. Mona Diorr.
Cha-Cha.
But if I change my name to Mona, she's definitely going to be a platinum blonde or a dark black kind of hair. Cha-Cha will be a brown.
I also don't believe in changing names.
Well, I have 2 drag personas.
I guess I don't say I don't believe in it, but I feel like oftentimes, like, it's just a big waste of time.
I think if you change an aspect of your name, it's different. Like when Trinity,
All Rue girls
Trinity-
love to do that.
it went from Trinity the Talk.
I'm not Monique Hart. I'm Mo Hart.
Mo Hart. Well, that's more because of gender
I'm not Trinity Taylor.
I'm Trinity.
I'm Trinity the Tuck.
Yeah, but Mo's had more to do with her, like, identification of who she felt as. And she wanted to have more of a gender neutral name. Compared to, like, Trinity the Tug was just a branding.
I just feel like, to me, it's just a name. I guess that's just how I feel. It's just a name. It's not about your name. It's about what you do. And that's how I feel. That's why I'm like, when I'm like, I'm going to change my name, that's just going to make it harder. To me, now you have to literally start at square one to rebuild. Maybe that's what some people want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, girl, if you're just changing your name for shits and giggles.
If you change your name before you go to Drag Race, like for Drag Race, that makes sense. Because when you get to Drag Race, who you were prior is no longer who you are now. So I feel like if you get to Drag Race...
I would disagree.
Because, like, if RuPaul tells you to change your name... If RuPaul tells you to change your name and you change your name, it's acceptable. Like, what if he gives you something better and you're like, oh, I like that?
Come on, if he gives you something better.
He is, like, you know...
Is he just going to show up and be like, yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Instead, how about...
He did that to Heidi in the closet. And he's like, change your name to Heidi Ho.
But she didn't.
She did not.
No, she did not.
But that's also iconic for her, though. Another thing, too, is, like, everybody always like, oh, what about your, like, I don't have a last name. I'm just Mimosa. And people, like, say, like, Mimosa what? Like, it's just Mimosa. If anything, like, I would maybe, if I never get, like, a last name from, like, family relatives, it would just be Mimosa. Like, if anything, it would be Mimosa V, and the V stands for virgin, because I don't drink alcohol. So it's just orange juice. Because that's all it is, champagne and orange juice.
Her.
I just have like, well, I have two drag personas. I have like the light and fluffy, who's the main character,
Come on, light and fluffy.
and then I have like, you know, I still am. I was emo and goth, and I still love, you know, alternative music, anything that's not considered pop.
I was emo, but you have overcome your demons.
No, more like we came to a mutual understanding that pretty can also be depressing. Beauty hurts.
Pretty hurts.
Pretty hurts.
Beyonce let the girls know.
Mm-hmm.
She said it's hard out here.
Oh, 100%.
To just be the most.
I mean,
show-stopping
talking
person
no,
in
but
the room. It's so hard.
no, but seriously though, Chris Peters, maybe the guy who plays American Captain America, Chris Evans.
There we go.
He's when he made his movie, right? He worked really hard to get to that body, right? And he would ask production to come up with any excuse to allow him to be shirtless because he worked so hard. He wants people to see it. One of the moments that he one of the moments that he asked if he can be shirtless was during the moment where he's grabbing onto the building and then grabbing onto the helicopter and holding it together so the helicopter can't leave. He asked, is there a way we can make it, is there a reason and a way that we can make it that my shirt just rips off? And production was, that's a bit too much.
That is a lot.
It is. But I don't mind seeing more of it. Oh, and another thing, because we're talking about hot boy bodies, right? Are you...
If we are.
We are. Well, just real quick. I learned things, and I just want to share them with the world.
Come on, hot boy buddies.
Fun facts. That's why my name should be Index. Fight Club. You familiar with the film?
I have never seen the film Fight Club.
It is written by a gay man, and it's a joke on toxic masculinity. But it went over everyone's head.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I have a theory on the queer coding of it all, right? So the concept is like when you know, right? So for the ones who know, will appreciate the film for what it really is, and for the ones who don't know, they'll just show up because it's Brad Pitt manhandling other men and then becoming a terrorist, right? And it happens to be like the protagonist's alter ego. Well, anyway, in the posters for Fight Club, it is the main protagonist who is behind Brad Pitt, because Brad Pitt doesn't actually exist. He is a fiction of imagination of the main protagonist. He believes that the person who is in front of him is a real identity. It is not. It is actually him. He just doesn't see himself. He's the one doing all the things Brad Pitt's actually doing. It's a psychological thriller kind of situation, right? It's just so I believe that it's an allegory for telling men that this toxic person that you are isn't who you actually are. You can be this tender, more caring individual who was at the beginning of the film, and how toxic masculinity literally turned him into a shittier version of himself. But the masses didn't get that. It went over the film. All they heard was cool dudes being dudes instead of it being like a joke kind of situation. But my theory is this: the queer coding of it all is in the poster because they hold up a bar of soap that says Fight Club. And we all know what happens with soap when there's a lot of men around. And the second thing, too, it was pink soap. So I feel like that was like that coding that like if you were an intellectual.
I think a lot of soap is like pink, though.
Dawn's
For
blue.
branding purposes, I think a lot of soap is pink.
I will disagree. I think like white or like a light blue, like that kind of light blue.
Not like a soap in our like real everyday
like
life.
Handman's.
Like I mean like in TV production,
Oh,
like those kind of purposes. I think a lot of times soap is like pink. I don't know
It was
why.
hot pink though.
Yeah, it's like a bubble gum. It's like a bright pink. Like
Okay.
in SpongeBob when they use like all that soap, or
You're right.
it's always like a bright pink.
Well, I don't know
I'm
if-
not saying that's the reason they did.
Yeah,
that,
but like it does put an aspect. Like I said, it's just a theory.
a theory. Fight Club is actually a gay porn.
I mean, girl, there's a reason why they get shirtless. A gay man
I've never
written
seen
it.
the movie. You know, I don't watch porn like
So
that.
the whole concept of Fight Club, right, is you have to have your shirt off because you don't want to hurt your indexes. But in reality, it was just an excuse for a gay man.
You don't want your index fingers,
No, your indexes is all your fingers.
so you had to take your shirt off.
Because if you're wrestling somebody, it can get caught in the shirt and they can push it back all the way and can break your thumbs or fingers, your indexes. So that's the safety reason why people take their shirt off to like wrestle each other or like fight each other because you don't want to get snagged or something like that.
Huh.
But like honestly, like a gay man wrote it. If I was a gay man who wrote Fight Club, I would come up with a reason to have hot men fighting each other. Well, they weren't all hot. Some were chubby, but it was okay.
Not you can't be hot and chubby. Why not?
Well, when I say hot, I mean like fit.
See, yeah, that's not what hot is to me.
That's not what I said. That's what I'm saying. What I'm using in this context.
But I feel like that's the wrong context to use for hot.
I apologize.
Because then you're saying hot is fit and fit is hot.
It will.
And if you're not
well, I have
fit, then you're not hot.
Well, I have a thick friend. I can say stuff like that.
Who?
Me.
I was like, who's your thick friend? Where is that bitch?
Oh,
I'd love to meet her.
She's kind.
Is she?
Sometimes.
Okay. Sometimes.
Sometimes the mimosa is spiked.
Okay, sometimes the mimosa is spiked. Sometimes the mimosa's day old. But at the end of the day, it is a mimosa.
I can't wait to do commercials with you.
Come on, commercials.
Like the advertisement for my podcast when I get to 50 followers on Spotify. I can start doing ads.
Come on, 50.
For Audible. Not Audible, I'm sorry, wrong one. For Anchor AFM.
Bleep. I don't think you can say it, yeah.
Well, I'll put like a woof woof.
Okay.
Or like a...
Because they're going to be like, we did not make a deal with you.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You have like a voice for like advertisement.
Do you think...
I believe.
Okay. I'm going to try and sell this mascara.
Here, share
Your
this.
mascara always clumping up?
Try to sell this Dream Brights Bath and Body Works Fine Fragrance Mist in a you have to talk about the smell. You have to talk about the packaging, and you also have to talk about the convenience of it being a travel size.
The smell, package.
Look at me. Today's mini challenge is sell me this perfume.
First, I gotta smell it because I forgot I'm gonna talk about it.
I also want to be in a Coca-Cola commercial in this dress and walk up and just go like, and the bottle comes out, a can, and I go.
I love those commercials of celebrities just sitting there and like something like really big happens, but they're not a part of it. The celebrity just kind of shows up, they do their thing.
You know what I want it to be? You know what I want it to be? I want to be like in front of like a real celebrity.
Come on, a real. So what are you
like in this commercial? Like I want to be like in front of like Lady Gaga or Katy Perry or even the Kardashians are fine, And then I would like definitely do like a real celebrity, right? And then, but I love Coke so much that everybody's rushing to get to celebrity, and I finally get to the front of the line, and it's not to get to the celebrity, it's to get behind the celebrity to get me a Coke because she happens to be in front of the vending machine, and I'll be like, "Hey, I know you," and then walk away.
That would be a cute commercial.
I would love that for myself. Like I said, I don't need the grandeur of things. There are certain things that I want to do. There is an anime that I want to buy the rights to so that I can recreate it and pick new voice actors for it. Not because the previous actors weren't good, just because it's like a dream of mine because I really love this anime. But then on top of that, I would love to have a cosmetics company, right? But my dreams would be able to do little gags like that. Have a phrase or a word in Bob's Burgers, be in a lot of commercials, like make commercial music. I love like this and that. Stuff like that, on a Monday, when I wake up on a Monday, I want to get a sundae. Sonic. Oh yeah, first like a Sonic commercial.
Come on, when I wake up on a Monday, I want to get a sundae. Sunday fun day, always every day.
Or I'm like a Sonic like car hop in the commercial, dressed like this.
All I'm thinking about is that one when he comes on them skates and he like slips and the slushies go everywhere.
Oh, maybe they
Let me sell this.
Okay.
Dream bright tonight with dream
so eager,
okay.
yet unprepared.
Not so eager. I I don't want to say Dream Bright tonight because it's called Dream Bright.
Call it midnight kisses. Midnight mist.
The new fragrance, Dream Bright by Bath and Body Works, is absolutely amazing. I smell so fun, flirty, and fresh. It's travel size. It goes with me everywhere. It even fits in my smallest of bags. I can take it on the plane with me. I'm always on the go. So it's perfect for when I need a quick little spritz. Perfect. It even tastes good. It doubles as a mouth refresher. Yum. Buy it today. Dream Bright. Bath and Body Works.
And scene.
I don't think I got the job, honey.
Girl, no. But I feel like that gave me more of like American Next Top Model.
Oh, for sure.
Instead of RuPaul's Drag Race.
I was trying to give America. That's the show I'm watching at the moment. So
Are you really?
Yes,
Which cycle?
I'm on cycle 6.
You know I know what I'm talking about when I call them cycles instead of seasons.
Which is actually, for me, the worst cycle.
Which one?
Cycle 6.
Who's in it?
Jade, Ferranda, Nina, who should have won.
I like the one with the really skinny Latina girl.
That's not telling me anything.
Okay, there was only one that was extremely skinny. She was the only one who was talked about being too skinny.
Shandy. And she was a white girl.
No.
Shandy.
I'm talking about somebody else.
Shandy was
No, I'm talking about somebody else. She had an accent.
Yeah, if you're talking about, like, if you were just gonna be like, oh, she was really thin, it's Shandy, clearly.
But she was Latina. Was she Latina?
No, Shandy was white as day.
I'm not talking about her.
But she was clearly the thinnest.
She was like right after. I think it was
what
like.
cycle?
She was the one with the plus size model.
There's been 2 plus size models.
The first one.
Takara.
Okay, the one. She was
cycle 2.
Okay, you're right. The white one who during the laundry.
Shandy was also in cycle 2.
So she was like. So it was the white one who had the who did the lingerie episode, and then they cover her up too much, and then Tyra was like making a big deal out of it, which she should have. Good for her. She doesn't always get it right, but when she does,
they come down on hard for Tyra. They do come. I think a lot of TV back in the day was just as putrid and awful and crazy and wild. But I think because Tyra Banks is a black woman, people come down on her a lot.
American Next Top Model ran so that RuPaul's Drag Race
could
do everything correctly.
Absolutely. I mean, Drag Race is like not a parody of, but it's like loosely based on America's Next Top.
Oh yeah, work. Yeah.
And I love it.
I'm rewatching season 7, which is Bianca Del Rio season, and the comments, like the judges' critiques are a little like harsh. It's dated. It did not age well.
Probably not, yeah. Looking at old TV, like watching the first cycle of America's Next Top Model, bitch, they were tearing these girls apart. As if they were just not humans.
I love that.
They are awful.
My favorite part of that season is they told Bianca Del Rio to calm the makeup down, and she never did.
Amen.
I think maybe just a tad bit, but not like,
Okay, she said.
And her look is iconic. Like when you see a Bianca Del Rio anything, even if it's a cartoon or like just like the outline of her eyebrow. I mean her like eye makeup. Okay. Like if it's merch, like those simplistic ones, it's Bianca Del Rio. The same thing with Trixie Mattel. When you see those iconic like eyelashes, you know exactly what it is. I can literally probably do like 2 triangles like this, right? And then like this, eyebrows, and then cut like that, no out face, and you know exactly that is a Trixie cosmetic product.
My failed tongue pop. There we go.
Is there any like makeup companies that you really like?
Elf. Elf is so sickening. I absolutely adore Elf. Right there in the drugstore and always come in handy. I love Elf.
Because if we're talking about makeup, I started thinking about like makeup and like their slogans or the things that they say. Is there any like slogan that you really like?
Slogan that I really like. I love the Beyonce commercial. I don't know if anyone's gonna remember it when she was like doing the Super Bowl, and it's like all different versions of Beyonce. It's like Crazy in Love, Single Ladies, Grown Woman.
I don't remember that, but I'm gonna watch that later.
But then she like shatters all these mirrors, and they come like shattering around her, and she's like, "Embrace your past, but live for today." And then
the Pepsi commercial, right? Yes. I remember that now. That when you said that last part, that made a lot of sense to me.
I love that commercial.
Because of that. But the thing I want to say is like, get the Get the London look.
Come on, get the London look.
Get the London look. Also, because you mentioned like Taylor Swift, I mean not Taylor Swift, Beyonce and her multiple personas or like the different ages of Beyonce. Taylor Swift did the same thing in one of her videos for Reputation.
Look what you made me do.
Yep, her album, yeah. And I got on the Taylor Swift bandwagon really late. It was her Red album, the one that I finally got into because I went through a breakup, and that was kind of like when like the song started making sense to me. Like, oh my god, everything, like he was red. And then I don't know where he went blue, you know, kind of situation. But now that I think about it, I'm like, girl, calm down. He wasn't even red. He was lukewarm at best. You could not even toast.
Come on, yellow.
You couldn't even toast a piece of bread with the color that he was giving out, kind of situation. Like worst decision of my life. But it really shaped me to the woman that I am today. But with that being said, I liked Red, but then when Reputation came out, I was like gagged. The cinematography of the trailer. I'm a big fan of music videos. I love music videos. I gag for music videos. I want to see the song make sense.
I do love a good music video. Who does not love a good music video to attribute?
Love that. And I feel that there's certain songs that shouldn't go on music videos that didn't get music videos. For an example, Ava Max has a song called Salt, and there's no music video for it, and I don't understand why. I also don't understand why she made that song and it wasn't on the Wonder Woman, like, movie, because it said something about being Wonder Woman somewhere in there. But anyway, the point is, I love music videos. I don't like long music videos. I don't want to watch a movie.
I love short films. I do.
I like short films, but I don't like short film music videos. I just want to get to the music video part. Like Lady Gaga's Alejandro intro is way too big, and it's so big that like productions cut it in half and just get to the music part. And I never saw the long length version of it. I only saw the shortened version of it because nobody wants to watch all that. And Chanelle does.
I want to see the vision. I love it.
The one that I do like
you're telling a story.
Is Guy.
The behind the scenes of the song.
I like Guy. I like the music video for Guy.
I like Marry the Night.
Oh, I'm gonna. I like Judas.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Miss Mimosa.
That was a horrible segue. You know what? You're right. You gave me a solid 20 minutes.
You want to do the well?
The what?
The well.
Well.
Well. Are we about to go fetch some water?
Maybe. I mean, you're already dripping and wet. Where can they find you? What's your handle?
You can find me on Instagram at the Chanelle Dior. That's THECHANELLEDIORR.
There's 2 R's.
There is 2 R's. I'm not trying to get sued, baby.
Girl, is that from everywhere? All your platforms?
On Twitter, I'm just Chanelle Dior. On TikTok, I'm just Chanelle Dior. Yeah. And that's what I use.
And before you go, is there anything that you're like gonna be doing this year, like something you have planned for?
Ooh.
Like, are you doing a pageant?
You know, honestly, I'm one of those people. I'm just gonna be dead honest. I'm a procrastinator, so typically I don't know if I'm doing something. I'm probably also the last to find out if I'm doing something. So you'll know when I know.
You're gonna be like, can you make me a dress?
Hey, girl, I need this in 2 days. So we'll see. But I'm sure I'm definitely doing something this year, absolutely.
And do you have like a signature color that you really like?
It used to be lavender, but I would say, to be honest, the color that stays in my closet most is blue. So it is always in my closet.
I could make a darker version of this.
We'll see.
No, what did you want? You wanted red.
I did want red.
You just want a simple red one.
For now, we'll see. It's a secret.
Oh, well, by the time, girl, you have until March.
Okay, you said if it's not out. Okay, well,
you have until March. That's a whole month and a bit and a little extra change. For a gown that I can probably dish out in like 12 hours.
A gown? I don't even need a gown.
Well, a skirt.
Okay, I was like, I need it to be per.
Because there's like no filling in this. I love this dress so much. I cannot wear it for Thursday.
Amen.
And I still have to make something for this week. But with that being said, I'm really sad.
Because it's over.
Well, not really.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
No, I'm really sad because this was a really good, like, I felt good about this, right? This episode. Good energy. We didn't talk at all. Because the first one was kind of like, that. But the first one wasn't bad. It was just horrible audio. Bad audio. So I'm really much, like, in the vibe of, like, this could have been a great second episode.
But it's y'all's first.
Here's the thing.
And you're never going to hear the first.
If y'all want more of Chanelle, my 10 followers that I may or may not have, if y'all want more of Chanelle, I will be more than happy to release the unedited, raw, crappy audio. Just the audio. Maybe a little video.
I'd be more than happy to just come back, Diva.
Well, because it's not bad. I would just put, like, clips of what, like, we can call them bloopers. But with that being said, I want to say thank you again. This was a blast.
Thank you for having me.
I cannot wait to have you back.
We'll see.
Especially if you go to RuPaul's Drag Race. Definitely hit a girl up. Give me some followers. But I don't have an outro. Maybe one day. Maybe season 2 will get one. Maybe I'll get a fancy opening later on. But until then, thank you again for staying if you've seen the whole thing. Like and share. Comment. Subscribe. Hit the notification icon. Share it on TikTok. Follow me on Mimosa Was Taken on any platform, including Twitch, even though I don't quite use that yet. And follow me on TikTok because I'm trying to DJ up in there. I'm trying to go on live, and I'm trying to do some DJing, but I can just basically share the songs that I like of different genres. I feel like it would be really fun to do.
Okay, so DJing or playing songs?
Girl, we'll figure it out. Anybody's a DJ these days.
I thought you was going to be cutting and scratching
this isn't the
to
80s.
the beat.
This isn't the 80s.
That's what DJs still do.
I'll just like fade mix it into every other song.
That is not what the
I'll
DJs
do a radio station.
There we go.
Mimosa's
Thank you.
radio. Mimosa FM.
There we go. I'm a little bit more pleased with that. We were not giving DJs their credit. You cannot just transition each song.
real quick. My favorite DJ, and I love it because I think it's so like, it's so Barbie. It's so like rock. It's so like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Paris Hilton being a DJ was the most iconic thing that I ever heard.
She still is a DJ.
Well, that's what, I didn't say she wasn't. But
you made it seem former past.
Well, she hasn't done it. She hasn't done any shows recently since, the paramedic. That word, the word that I'm trying to say because I'm not trying to say the other actual word.
Panoramic?
Yeah, that works. Like the movies, like anyway.
You mean pandemic?
See, now I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
Why?
Because it gets knocked down, or like, you get flagged for that.
The word pandemic?
Yeah, in COVID. So I'm just gonna cut all this section off. So we talked about what we couldn't say, and I want to say the right, whatever. I'm having a stroke apparently. Anyway, love Paris Hilton.
Panoramic.
And her, yes.
Pama?
It's not gonna happen.
I'm separating it for you. Pama and Ramic.
There is an eggplant in my mouth, and I can't move
Just
my tongue.
try it. You didn't even Pama Ramic.
That's not what the word is. It's para.
No, it's not.
Panoramic.
Paramount, maybe. Yeah, it's panoramic.
Okay, well, that.
Or panoramic, but it's not.
It's
not
para.
It's not par, and there's no R. It's either pan or Pam. I know that.
Panoramic.
Yeah, it's not paramedic.
So
no.
Panasonic. Let's go with that.
The Panasonic.
The Panasonic that happened last year and the year before, and the one that we're still currently in, we're waiting for the next batch to come in. I'm waiting for like the new software update. It's taking too long. But anyway, I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Anyway,
on that note,
thank you so much.
Au revoir. I have
for
a train
being here.
to catch.
Thank you so much for wearing this beautiful dress.
Thanks for lending it to me. I'll be taking it with me on my lift. Farewell.
Ugh.
I'm out of here.
Oh, I still look kind of cute.
Okay. Chop, chop. It's me.
Oh.
It's late.
If this doesn't turn out good, it just wasn't meant to be.
It should have better, I hope.
Bye, guys. Thank you again. Follow, subscribe, and comment. And yeah. Oh, also, if you live in Dallas, Texas, or the DFW area or nearby, come to Thursdays on at S4 Station 4 in the neighborhood in Dallas, Texas, in Oak Lawn. No, right?
Yeah.
Oak Lawn, yes. And come support the girls on Thursdays. Remember to bring some tips. Tip us. Bring $20 ones and $20 in ones, and tip all of us. And if you have any extras, save them for next time. The drinks are cheap at S4, and Sandy is one of the bartenders up in the Rose Room area. He is bomb. He makes the best drinks and a great personality. So that is all of the things. So yeah, bye.